Washington Post and Huffington Post. I know Huffington Post, what was it, a $56 million IPO, where they had $56 million in investment in the Huffington Post. I think that's what it was.
I have no idea.
Yeah, they raised like $50 million to do the Huffington Post. Well, I mean, who wouldn't want to trust their news to the lady on Green Acres?
There you go.
See, that was occasionally mean. Go. Occasionally mean. Very nice. Very
no, wait.
Nicely done.
Oh, she's not the lady from Green Acres?
Oh, you actually
no,
thought she was. No, she's not.
Oh, I'm sorry for that. I thought she was. Anyway.
No, that chick's much hotter.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. And younger. I think she's a little
okay,
younger.
all right, stop. Okay,
well.
so here's
see, this is the meanness we're talking about.
So here's the deal. I started. What was this? About 5 months ago, 6 months ago. There's two problems that I have had. One, I can't seem to find an honest journalist. I really thought that we would be able to find honest journalists that would actually do it, but no, that was what a dope I was, huh? I guess that was my lack of college education. I didn't go to college, so I didn't realize that everybody had been zombified. So we didn't have any journalists, and nobody will pursue the stories that we think should be pursued, and actually track them down and find out. The other thing is I've only got an hour of television and 3 hours of radio, and I know that sounds a lot, but when you're trying to do the job that all of the newspapers and all of the television stations are doing, it's pretty difficult. And so I wanted actual journalists in the building. I can't remember. I said it on the air. I said, we've got to get some real investigative reporters and actual journalists. So I went to my boss, Chris Balfe, and I said, Chris, have an idea. And he said, what's it going to cost? And I said, I don't know. I don't think that much. I mean, think about this. Would be really good. And told him that I would like to start a website, a news website. At the time, I think our initial title for it was Truthwire, and nobody really liked it. Like, I don't really get it, but and what it would be a site that would be really, a lot of the stuff would be generated by you, because I've been saying for a while, the reason why we're ahead of the curve is because we listen to the audience. We actually are plugged in to you. This island hasn't infected us. And I've actually told journalists, the best thing you can do is read Twitter and Facebook and listen to people. Listen to them. Look what they're talking about. They're onto it. They know the stories better than anybody in journalism. What you have to do is sort through them and see which ones are true and which ones aren't. That's what people should do. They give us great tips. Our tip mailboxes are always flooded. So I trust you that you have a gut on what's going on and you know where the stories are. But now I need journalists to actually go through those things and see which ones are right and which ones are wrong. And another source that can give a broad brushstroke of what's happening, and one that you can trust. One that will actually stand in the middle and say, left, right, which one is telling the truth here? And slam down the left as hard as they slam down the right, and vice versa. If you are wrong, you're wrong. If you're telling the truth, you're telling the truth. And if we get it wrong, we lead with the story. We got it wrong. That's why we have today introduced theblaze.com. It is, now Huffington Post spent $50 million. I believe we spent $50. I may have missed a zero. It may have been $500. May have been $500. And we spent it all in personnel. We are just at the beginning of this. The reason why we're not launching this with a big, huge fanfare is because we're the guys on the block that are like, well, we can do that. All right. I mean, how many people did it take? On this staff is 40 people. While we were putting together 828, we were building this website. We're currently writing 5 different books. We do television and radio. And I think we eat as well. So we're kind of the scrappy kind of, guys that are like, yeah, well, we'll get it right. So we want your help with it, and we would like you to check it out and put it on as one of your favorites and read it. And if it's not one of your favorites, delete it. But check it out and read it every day. It's updated constantly. We have journalists around the clock now making sure that we have original stories, AP stories, all of the news that you would need. But this is a whole rounded kind of thing. This will have history on it. This will have perspective through history. This will have faith on it. It will also try to show you the entertainment that isn't going to assault your sensibilities. What are the good movies that you can go to that, are kid movies that you'll enjoy, but you don't really want to bring your kids? What are the movies that you can go to that everybody's raving about? What is it going to be? Are you going to walk into something and go, oh, come on? It's a whole lifestyle. The Blaze, actually named after George Whitfield's little daily paper, The Blaze. Stand in the blaze. The truth shall set you free. A news and opinion website. You can find it now at theblaze.com. Sponsor this half hour is